Hello and welcome to another round of the 2019 Phantom Dust 1v1 tournament. This is Afin Show, your host for this particular match. We got a Group B match with two of our non-group members who I am responsible for, so I am like the proud papa right now. We've got Killermark, an old vet, versus newcomer AlesDvran. Interestingly enough, we've got Devran, much like our old pal Filthy Knigget, playing one of the Gine sisters. So let's see what these two have in store for us right now. Ales likes to play with the game sound on, so I might have to turn that down eventually. It's a good start from Ales, actually. If he wanted to, he could move in with the Flame Sword and a Gust. That might do him some good. Mark as well, not a bad start. 3 aura there. Piece of ice came out to no avail. The tree was in the way. I think he was too far away anyway. But either party really willing to move in just yet, even though I think they're both maybe able to. Devran trying to bait out Mark to see what he's got in store for him besides the piece of ice. Could be a peace deck. Not totally sure myself what Mark likes to run or what he favors. Twister Flame Sword, nice bit of range, especially on these platforms. Could put in some work for Devran. But Mark playing it safe, hiding behind the escalator rails. He'd be safe from the Twister. 2 defenses as well, he doesn't appear to be too worried. Didn't catch the heat, but he could be dangerous. Get baiting the defense, that was smart there by Mark. Non-aimed projectile. But the Gust is going to put in good work for Devran here. Low cost, good for the projectile. Might want to move in now. But with a second heat, that could spell some trouble. Twister gets blocked by Mark, looks like. Also, one thing I've noticed from Devran so far, when he's on the escalators, or when he's turning around, he tends to lock off of his opponents, turns his back for a second. In the first match I saw, that might have got him in trouble a little bit, but I'm not sure about the technique just yet. While I'm jabbering on, he does manage to hit a Twister on Killermark right there in the pathway. Again, Twisters are dangerous up here, so Mark wisely getting out of the way of that. Can't tell if that's a memory of battle, perhaps, out of Killermark. I think Devran is playing or recording this from his Xbox, so if we're getting sound issues, you can blame Microsoft consoles for that one. Or maybe the hit's just so hard it's messing up the audio. Is that power out of Killermark or Psychokinesis? He's got lots of furniture to work with, but Mark is pretty safe up on the platform here. Second level. Sword comes out, first one's a whiff. You got that Twister. It's a place to use it. Good block. Couldn't even get the bench there. Gust is putting in a ton of work right now. But with the Ice Sword, Mark baited it out. Great situational defense there by Devran. Got frozen by the Ice Sword. Knew the bench was coming, just got right the hell out of the way. Veteran maneuvers here. Good back and forth, good heads-up battle between two of these. So I guess he wants to manual the Twister. Maybe he knows something I don't know. Yeah, perhaps there's something he knows about Twister usage not being locked on that I'm not aware of. I'll trust the process here. He's hit exactly one more Twister than I ever have in my entire Phantom Dust career, so defer to him on that one. We're 4 minutes in, and that's been the only damage done thus far, is the one Twister. Again, both sides playing it safe. But again, Devran's going to want to be locked on with that Gust. It's not going to block around the back. And he is running out of barrier here. time the twister. Mark saw it coming. Neither side willing to really go back and dig either, but I guess Mark is blocked off from his base just now. But AlesDvran seems perfectly content to stay up here and hope he can catch Mark coming back up with the twister or the flame sword. Mark to twist it, memory of battle. Or time, Mark dodged the twister, timed the memory of battle. It was perfectly safe and 5 damage, we're back even here. AlesDvran probably won't let that happen again. Plenty of aura on AlesDvran's part to get the twister out and get the defense up afterwards. Although he's cutting it close. Cutting it very close. He knows he can't break the ice shield. Glacial walls. And Mark heads up play there just to get back into his base to see what else he has to maybe get through the gust or get rid of the twister. He's in and right back out. So curious to see what he came up with. He's not getting past that gust. Maybe AlesDvran now will be willing to go back and dig a little bit more himself. Looks to be the case. He's got a glacial wall of his own. Gets rid of the flame sword. That's interesting. He could use that healing water, even though it doesn't really need to. Perhaps saving it for there. Maybe there's blazing in this deck, perhaps. Piece of thunder. That memory of battle's looking pretty scary right now with the +2. It'll break a glacial. Again, the gust is clutch. And a railgun. Okay, so Mark is into bravery skills right now. A little bit of debris damage. You might want to go ahead and use that healing water now. Smart. So he's got a railgun, a memory of battle, something else to deal with. If I'm Killermark, I'm thinking you throw out the memory, and while he's gusting, load up a railgun. Or just hit the memory. Was that a Scar? Oh, that was the Scar battle. Lunar Force, you don't want to play that? Ooh, he does want to play that. I would not have given Killermark that much more leverage, because I think he's not one shot, but it's not going to be happy. Tornado and Twister. AlesDvran, an elemental fan here, for sure. The Fang misses. Looks like Mark is just pot-shotting around manually. Or maybe Railgun's tracking is just that bad. 2 minutes down in this round here. This one could feasibly go to a draw with neither one willing to engage 2 head-on, and both parties having range attacks at this point. So this is getting dangerous with the gust in this close proximity. Interestingly, Mark picks up the Lunar Force. That was going to serve him well. Thor's Hammer out, and a reverse from Killermark, so we know what his defense is now. I don't think you can reverse a Twister though, as far as I know. Ice Lance for posterity. I don't think anybody believes that one's going to hit, but there it is. Memory up and out. Yeah, I think Mark's going to have to time the memory with the railgun and hit him right after he blocks. But with a minute left, let's see where we get with this one. Dangerous. Oh, Flame Sword. Okay, that could end up being the rest of this here too. It's going to take 2 more shots to get through with the Flame Sword. It'll do 5. He's hoping to get in a random railgun here. With 40 seconds left. That'll buy the Glacial Wall. That will buy AlesDvran 15 whole seconds. And at this point, he should just stay out of the way. Get the draw, live to fight another day. That looks to be what's going to happen here. And yeah, first round is a draw out of these two. And a petty memory of battle out of Killermark at the very end there. Alright, that was Palace. Let's see where we go next. Interesting naming of DeVran's arsenals here. Skipping forward. They replayed Palace. I don't know if that's actually with the rules, but I'm not going to fight about it. Psychokinesis from the jump out of Killermark. We've seen this piece trance deck from DeVran in the Snowrise match. I was a fan of the creativity of it, but it looks like Mark's got something for him. Not the Spore Schism. What is that? Demon's Venom. Already hit twice. No defense, and that thing tracks like a mother anyway. DeVran may be in a lot of trouble right now. Can't quite use Agonies just yet. That's tough. Psychokinesis, the Demon's Venom, and no defense. And just a piece of ice to back him up. Ooh, that thing curved pretty badly. Throw out your piece of ice. Got your 2. 8-3. Not an ideal trade. This one's looking rough for DeVran. Scream of Evil's gonna hurt. Don't think he wants that. Begging for defense. Killermark's got this one well in hand. Much more clean showing than the previous round. And I don't think there's much that DeVran's going to be able to do here. That's helpful. And picking up the Psychokinesis the one time could have been good. Let's see if he gets a defense here. No. I didn't see how many defenses he actually had in this deck, but it's not looking like a whole bunch at this point. With accuracy up, Psychokinesis is going to be really, really difficult to deal with. DeVran empty in the chamber here. And Arian as well. That's tough cookies. Defense is out, so the Scream of Evil could... Good job. He's thinking about it. I'd say go for the Scream of Evils at that point. The trade's not going to be very, very pleasant, but he overwrites it anyway. And finally has a defense down there. Trancing Greedy Spirit. So wasted a trance there by being skittish, didn't want to move in. It was a free 2 damage. Greedy Spirit's out. Oh, and he ran a charge. So one of the Greedy Spirits hits. That trance did well. But we know that Mark has a charge now. Ooh, Psycho Spear from the top. Classy. That's 1 tie and 1 to Killermark. Scooting ahead. Going to Pano. Same deck from DeVran. Not sure what Killer likes to run in this situation. But of course the zero cost deck ensures a quick start for DeVran if he gets the pieces that he wants. So he wants to save that chance. He's going to probably unload the piece of Thunder and go pick up the trance. But with defense in hand, to no avail. Looked like a Psycho Shell from Killermark. And with accuracy already up. Oof. Alright. Some jank from Mark here. Those pieces weren't going to hit hard anyway, but the trance might balance that out once he gets some favorable attacks in hand. Let's see how that plays out later on. Giga Ruin. There goes the Greedy Spirit. Blocked. So with the trance and the Giga Ruin there. Wait, was there an armor roast that went off? Oh, no, it's -1. Got hit by the debris. The Giga Ruin comes in. Rebirth goes out. Good time for a trance Scream of Evil for sure. But Mark's got a lot of aura for the defense, so he'll at least be able to block 2 of these things comfortably. Two dozes, the trance gets him back to neutral. Didn't throw out a single Scream of Evil. There they go. Blocked. Reversed it actually. So Killermark has a reverse, which is very, very interesting. So he's got a reverse. Rico's. Ooh, that one almost fit in there. That would have been pretty nice. What was it? Oh, Giga Ruin Ricochet Laser from Killermark. So he's pretty well set up. Not a whole lot's going to get through him with the Psycho Shell either. And some of those lasers are bound to sneak through the doorway. AlesDvran appears to be at a loss at this point. He's not going to be able to do much in that room. He dropped the Scream of Evils already, and if he sits still, he runs the risk of getting hit by Ricochet Lasers. He could pick up Ricochets himself. Well, he did that and used it. So there went that. Incoming Greedy Trances twice. I don't know if it works that way. Greedy Spirits come out. Ooh, big Greedy Spirits, but the Agonies hit him. The first Agonies hit him back. Out come the Greedy Spirits. Down to 1. That was almost, if he would have foreseen the reversal, and I forgot about it too, that could have went better for him potentially. But yeah, there we go. Ricochets come out. Better round 2 there. It's 1 more for Killermark. Makes it a 2-0-1. I think the video stopped at this point. They picked it up again later. Going to lane. Another good start from both parties here. Kind sisters and their very unusual sound effects for the player. I didn't see what the attack was down there, but seems unwilling to pick it up. Quantum Amp. Could we see Cycle Burst from Killermark on lane of all places? But jackpot. Oh. Killermark throws out a Disintegrate and gets hit by his own Disintegrate. So he, having had a favorable aura start, is now down to 0.
Gotta lose this one.
Mark with his Tiger Strength Psycho Knife. If you got no defenses, you gotta hit one of these guys. Come on now. Looks like Mark's going to play keep away on the jump pad for the time being. Hopefully enough to get some distance to pick up a defense or some more aura, but it's assuming he has aura left in the first place. Looks like perhaps Mark knows that...
No aura.
Yeah, he has no aura left, just about. Or two. That knife went through the grating. These fences on lane are finicky at best sometimes. He gets his one ice sword out. That thing is now expensive. Well, he can get one more now. Looks like Mark's back in this one, potentially a little bit. He has a level amp, another level amp in there. AlesDvran's defense is not going to do him any good against the ice sword, but if Mark can't pick up any more aura, then he should be able to run right back up in there with the Psycho Knife. Suggesting he do that right now. Tiger Strength up, hit him. Through the grating once again. Stay on him. Even if that's a lack, it's not going to do Killermark any good because he doesn't have 4. Well, I think I just saw one on the ground. That's 4. One more ice sword. Let's see what these other attacks are. Mark could be right back into this now.
I can't have it now.
AlesDvran's gonna want to go right back through that gate again. Unlocks again with the... Oof.
Oh.
Killermark dragging victory from the jaws of defeat here. The unfortunate disintegrate. So maybe he has a second ice sword here. That could be what it is. Helps to pack 2. Defense, Glacial Wall. But broken with the Tiger Strength Psycho Knife. AlesDvran's gonna go back and dig. I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. Had him cornered. Aura screwed. Expensive ice sword. And now he's got a couple swings left. This could turn around right here for in Killermark's favor. Not sure what the yellow is just yet. He's able to use whatever's in his hand. Is that... Oh, Aura Cannon perhaps? Yeah, I'm just gonna say that Killermark is now set up for whatever he needs. Defense or not. The reverse here though. There it is. Back in for 6. Well timed, well played. And AlesDvran stay in there. Just stay on him, stay in. Ice sword's coming, you know that. Wants a different defense. That's actually not a bad idea. If he can counteract the ice sword with another different defense, he'll be in good shape. But there's a flame sword too. Alright. You now definitely want a bit better defense. Trading swords. Killermark could possibly, with 2 more, he could snatch this. Mark's now cut off from his base and a better defense. He's got nothing to handle the flame sword. He's not been able to hit first with the Psycho Knife, even though he's down to 1-shot territory. He wanted that bad. That was a good play. If he wants this, he's going to have to time it so he hits first. Even if he gets hit, takes the Aura Cannon. Okay, okay. Makes sense, no defense, thing tracks pretty well. He's got options now. Just don't get caught under something. Better defense, no? Watch out when you land for the cannon though. He's a fish in a barrel right now. Luckily misses a flame sword. Expecting an Aura Cannon. Oof, this not locking on with your back to the opponent is extremely stressful. Very, very stressful. power cannon at the last minute, and Killermark from the jaws of defeat snatches victory
I thought I was gonna lose though.
to get a 3-0-1 against DvRan.
Good game.
Really good set from the two of those.
Well,
Please
number
pardon my
one.
neighbors. Good game from these two.
Yeah.